The Week 5 morning games preview and picks edition of the NFL Gambling Podcast, a part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, is brought to you by Game Time. Snag those tickets without stress. Use the promo code SGPN on your first purchase to save $20. Download the Game Time app and use the promo code SGPN. Also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog has just added Pick'em Scorchers, where you can win 100 times. That's right. Turn 5 into 500. Plus, every Sunday, they're giving away $100,000. Use promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy for a 100% deposit bonus up to $500. And finally, but not least, we're brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlay, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today.
I'm just about that action, boss.
You have to be kidding me. That is impossible.
I'm raising the ante. Anybody wants any deal?
Jordan Davis, dog. Jalen Hurts, dog. A.J. Brown, dog. How many people want in the W tonight?
And welcome, everybody, back to the NFL Gambling Podcast, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's Thursday, October the 5th. We're off one day on our usual schedule. We had to change it up for this week because we got Thursday Night Football featuring the two best teams in the National Football League, the Skins and Bears. Let's go. I am Moneyline Mac, the Skins fan. Hail to the Redskins. Fight for old DC. Always the Redskins, who are the Commanders. And joining me each and every episode for the Monday recap and usually the Wednesday morning shows, except for this week, he is Mr. Old-Fashioned Football, a.k.a. JMark Football. How are your Bears doing, brother?
Yeah, who are the Bears? I'm gonna start saying who are the Bears?
Commanders?
Yeah, until they start playing better, who are the Bears? We talked a little bit about this before we jumped on. I don't know how to root for tonight because, yeah, it'd be nice to get a win, but the rumors are if they get a loss, Flus is out. Though I don't know if Getsy's going to be all that better. He hasn't called the offense well. I assume that's who they would make interim head coach. So I don't know. I'm ready for a new coaching regimen already. And yeah, there was some debate yesterday whether I was actually sick and couldn't make the pod or just sick of the Bears. But we're here today. I'm a whiskey guy, so you got to go with the hot toddy to make you feel better, you know. So I got my hot toddy here. We're doing good.
Oh yeah, indeed. 5 hours and 9 minutes to kick off. Pour yourself, crack open a cold one. Get ready to watch Skins Bears last year. 12-7 was the final. Fantastic game. Football was back in Chicago. I want to say Ron Rivera that was an extra special night for him because he was a member of the 85 Bears of that 46 defense led by Mike Ditka, Mike Singletary. So went in there, and then that was the famous game where he won and then had the meltdown at the press conference where, he watched the analytics of Carson Wentz. And then, he played in one last game, and they lost, and, he didn't know he got eliminated from the playoffs. So, and he's back. So Riverboat Ron taking on his former team, the Chicago Bears, one more time tonight. I'll guarantee one thing, it's not going to be a blowout. I know everybody's down on the Bears. But like I said in week 1, never in hell will I lay a touchdown with Ron Rivera. So expect an ugly Thursday night slugfest. You think the Bears are going to get it done tonight, JMark?
I don't know. This is all up to the players. If the players still have the grit to go out there and turn in a good performance, because I don't think the coaching staff will win the game. This is all on the players, and if they still have the heart to go out there. So, yeah, I don't know. But you also got to remember Ron Rivera didn't know how good Sam Howell was, or he might have started him before. So there's that. Know. And then shout out to you. You said 2 or 3 weeks ago, well, the Bears are going to probably get their first win against the Commanders. I have a really bad feeling they're going to get their first win. And I was all like, how dare you say they wouldn't win a game until then? But here we are. Still haven't won a game. Blew our lead last week. And, maybe we will get our first win against the The Skins, sorry, not the
Yeah,
Commanders.
yeah. Who are the Commanders? That team doesn't exist. I'll go 16-13 Skins win on a walk-off field goal. Old school. So take the under. But I would not be shocked if the Bears got their first win. The Skins are not good as favorites, and they're coming off an emotional loss in Philly. But that's enough Skins and Bears talk. I mean, everybody can watch that game on Amazon Prime. Watch Al Michaels bitch for 3 hours about how he's got to call that game and make millions of dollars. I'm just looking forward to seeing how many names Kirk Herbstreit does not know in the game. Because last year, I think he said number 97 or number 90. I was like, that's Montez Sweat. You probably should know who Montez Sweat is. But you are a college guy, so I'll cut you some slack. I'll tell you who's not cutting any slack. That was us on our picks last week, man. That was a good week. I will let you read off the stats. But I made some money in old Viva Las Vegas over the weekend.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, we picked 10 games. We each hit 9 of those.
Woo.
I missed on the damn Dolphins and the Bills. I should have known. And then you missed on the Browns when the Ravens took them to business. Yeah. And we both hit our locks. You hit your dog. I missed my dog. Both hit our teasers. Our money line round robin just missed the Raiders, and that was a close game too.
Oh, I know.
That was a close game.
I should say with the Browns, only pick I missed, that kind of gets an asterisk because Watson's jackass decided he's not going to play. He's cleared by the medical staff, and then he goes, nah, I'm good. This game's not important. It's only for first place in the AFC North with the Steelers and Bengals struggling. I mean, I can't. Unbelievable. Sorry, back to you.
$250 million guaranteed. I went off on this on old-fashioned football too. Like, what kind of message does that send to your teammates? You're cleared. The doctors wouldn't clear you unless, like, if there was a risk of re-injury or whatever, and you say, I'm not feeling it. That's a bunch of bullshit, in my opinion.
Total bullshit.
He doesn't have the heart to get out there on the field. Terrible message, but our look ahead lines, we did really good too. We didn't do this last Monday show, so we'll tout those now. I took Detroit -5 at the time. They're now -10. Miami -4.5. They're now -11.5. You had those Commanders at -1. They're now -6. So hopefully you grabbed them then.
We can hit a middle there.
Also had the Rams +7. They're now +4. And Cardinals +7.5. They're now +3. So, I mean, left and right, giving out great value there.
Yeah, no, and if you're one of those ones that likes to hit the middles, I mean, you got some great buyback opportunities. I like that. I like the Skins -1, Bears +6, Skins won by field goal. Everybody's happy. I mean, maybe even you. The second most important thing for the Bears fans, you got to have those Panthers keep losing.
That's right. Yeah, I just realized this week that we are sitting on the number 1 and the number 2 picks in the 2024 NFL draft. So some great building blocks. If we keep losing, hopefully the Panthers keep losing and we carry that. That'll be really interesting. See if we pick back-to-back at the first 2 picks. If we trade one of, I don't know, that would get crazy.
Well, and the other ironic thing is, who was it? It was Houston and Arizona that did the big trade, and everybody's like, oh, Houston's going to be terrible. Arizona's going to be terrible. They're going to get the first 2 picks. You actually look now, Arizona's been a feisty little underdog so far this year. I know they're still 1-3. Maybe they do start slowly regressing. I think we kind of saw this with Houston, of all teams, last year, where Lovey had them playing early, and then finally the talent came, everything rose to the surface, and they struggled down the stretch. But Houston, I think Houston's actually a real contender in the AFC South with the way CJ Stroud's playing in that defense. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. CJ Stroud has been awesome. I'm sure if people listen to us, they remember both of us saying Bryce Young's not the guy you should draft at first. CJ Stroud's the better quarterback, and
too small.
That is shown. Yeah, that is shown on the field. Like, CJ Stroud has been amazing. He's joined, I think, only 5 other quarterbacks to be the first 4 games have over 1,200 yards, 0 interceptions, and that's guys like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. There's one other there. So, I mean, that's not light company to be kept in. So, shout out to Stroud for playing his ass off and doing so well.
How happy's Moonoff? He thinks he's got a quarterback now. He got a young coach in D'Amico Ryans. They're playing hard. Yeah, it's a fun little team, and they're on our slate. They're taking on the Falcons. We'll get into that game here in a little bit. But first, Got to talk about Game Time, because if you're looking to buy some tickets for your favorite events, you shouldn't be stressful. That's overrated. Game Time is the fastest, easiest way to buy tickets for all sports, comedy, and a theater near you. With killer deals on last-minute tickets, best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you're going to have. If you want to get over to FedEx Field tonight, that dump of a stadium that Dan Snyder was involved in, it's going to be going on there. I got a couple people going. Got some family going. They're over there. They got their tickets on Game Time. Flash deals, last minute tickets, easy price, and find ways to buy tickets for your favorite event. And they give you the images of the seats, so you're not getting scammed with some obstructive view. Lowest price guaranteed, event cancellation protection. Got to get that, especially if you're in Buffalo when the snowstorm hits you here in about 3 weeks, because it always snows in Buffalo. Job loss protection also. Game Time is the best way to get images of your seats to buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you get there, and you can do it in just a matter of seconds. 2 taps and you're set. Tickets sent directly to your phone, so you're not digging through your email, spam email, all those election emails that we get every 5 minutes that are annoying, so you don't got to worry about that with Game Time. And all you got to do is snag tickets without stress. Game Time. Download Game Time app, create an account, use promo code SGPN for $20 off first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code SGPN, $20 off. Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Also, we're brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. What a good platform this is. Win bigger by betting smarter in the NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, MLB, and soccer bet with historical data. Enter any parlay into the Hall of Fame parlay optimizer tool so they can break down each and every leg for you for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate of any bet so you know which picks have better value than others. Stop betting in the dark. Join over 30,000 users researching the Hall of Fame Bets to craft a more intelligent, data-driven parlay. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app, hofbets.com, and use the promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All righty, back on the NFL Gambling Podcast. Moonoff is in the chat. Moonoff, you know, we started talking CJ Stroud, and boom, there he appears. I think we settled on that Moonoff had the better beard than Lovie Smith, and I think the Texans are better without Lovie too. I mean, D'Amico Ryan come in, all of a sudden they're tied for first place. But speaking of the AFC South, let's start across the pond in London, because we got the home team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, staying out there back-to-back weeks. What the hell is going on in this world? They might as well just move their damn team out there with the way that they play in Jacksonville. They're in London, staying the whole week. They're taking on the Buffalo Bills, my number one power-rated team. My lock last week. Get those Dolphins out of here. I love me some Bills. So I went, JMark, I went back and forth on this one.
Yeah.
Because the favorites have such a strong trend in these London games, but we've never handicapped a team staying over the pond.
Right.
Maybe some team bonding. I would imagine that this is probably going to be a pro Buffalo crowd because those fans are fucking crazy, jumping through tables. But I'm going to take the dog here. I'm going to take the Jaguars, the familiarity, Doug Peterson. This will be their in the Peterson era, I think their 4th international game in 2 years now. I think getting that Falcons game out of the way, they get things right. Buffalo is at an all-time high right now, coming off 3 straight blowout wins. We know the deal with Buffalo. If they're going to win, you might as well take them and lay the points. I think the line is telling you that this is going to be a tight game. If not, Jacksonville wins it. I'm going to sell high on Buffalo and take the dog with the team that's been out in London that doesn't have to deal with travel compared to the Bills. I'll take the dog and the Jags here.
Yeah, I agree with you that this was hard to handicap because did staying out there, did they miss their families too much? Did they do too much partying, too much sightseeing, that they're not focused enough? I learned my lesson last week on fading the Bills, thinking that they were going to give up against a good team and give up too many points. I'm not doing it again until they prove otherwise. So I'm going to go with the favorites here. I'm going to take the Bills. I think Josh Allen and this organization have taken some things personally with the fact that when you talk about the powerhouses in the AFC, they don't get talked about enough, right? I mean, everybody's talking about Mahomes, and preseason it was, oh, these Bengals are looking so good, and they don't look so good now. But there was a lot of talk about those teams, and you didn't. I mean, the Bills, it was, well, they have some problems there. They're kind of an underdog all the time against the Chiefs. I think they're pissed off, and I think they're playing really well. So I'm not going to fade them right now. I'm going to keep riding that because I made my mistake last week. So let's go Bills to win by a touchdown.
I don't hate you for it. I've locked up the Bills too. I had the last 3 weeks. It's been my team, and it's my Super Bowl pick. But the other Josh Allen is questionable right now on the Jaguars. Interested. I think they really need him back. It's nice,
Sure.
JMark, doing the show on Thursday versus Wednesday, because we do at least have the initial injury report. I'm pulling up the injury report. Have you seen any weather on this game, by the way? It's so hard
I
to
have
freaking
not.
find the weather in London. So for the Bills, they got a couple guys questionable in Dawson Knox, Benford, Jordan Poyer, Von Miller, I think may potentially be back on for this game. He practiced, so that would be a big lift
That's
for
big.
these Buffalo Bills. Be interested to see if they have him on a pitch count. Moonoff's in the chat with some referee stats. Sean Smith officiating the game. The Bills are 7-1 straight up with Smith officiating their games. Bills win by 4. I like it. That way the Jags cover. For Jacksonville, they're not as banged up. Zay Jones, he was limited in practice. A couple other guys that were limited, but nobody worth noting like a Von Miller. I'll keep monitoring the status of the other Josh Allen. Check those injury reports. Set your alarm clock so that you got plenty of time to get your bets in. Tell you what, man, I was out in Vegas last week for that London game after a long night Saturday night. That's 6 a.m. My alarm clock came quick. I was like, God damn, I don't know how they do it out west. I got to get back east where I get at least 2 more hours of sleep. But all right, so we're different here. I got the Jags, you got the Bills. We'll move along in the slate, and next up we got, where's my thing? Oh yeah, here we go. Moonoff, here you go. Houston.
Why he tuned in.
Yeah, I know. He's going to dock our pay if we pick the Falcons. Texans going down to the ATL, the Georgia Dome. Falcons that were in that London game coming in as a 1.5-point favorite. This has been an interesting line to monitor because I think it opened on the look ahead at 3, came all the way back to 1, went to 2, back to 1.5. Desmond Ridder doesn't lose at home. This feels like a sell high spot on CJ Stroud and the Texans and a buy low spot for the Atlanta Falcons. I love taking the Falcons at home in that Georgia Dome or whatever the hell they call it, Mercedes-Benz Dome. I think the Falcons are able to run the football with their talented backs. They need to go to Taylor Heineke, I will say that, for some magic. Atlanta does have a look ahead. They got Washington on deck. Just kidding. That's not a look ahead. I'm going Falcons, man. Buy low, sell high on the Texans. I don't think the Texans can get 3 in a row. I think CJ Stroud comes a little bit back down to earth. Still high on him for the season. Hopefully I'm not fired after this show. It was good knowing you guys. Go Falcons.
I'm on the opposite side here. I'm riding Texans and CJ Stroud, and not just because Moonoff's in the chat there. Desmond Ridder looks terrible last week, and there's this rumor mill going around that the Falcons want to make a play for Jay Fields. They want Justin Fields, which he would, in that running offense, he would be perfect for it. I think that shakes Ridder up a little bit. And the Falcons last year, we watched them do very well as dogs, right? As favorites, not so much. So I believe in this Texans team. I think they're rolling high. I think they're going to keep very focused. And Stroud, like I said, he's among some great names of how he started off this year. And I don't think he's going to slow down. He's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Texans are going to win this one. And everybody who thought these Texans weren't going to be as good still, look out. They're competitors.
You're just trying to suck up to Moonoff. That's why you picked them.
No,
I like that. I like that we're differing. If for those that like money splits, the Texans are the public side. So if you believe that public dogs has fleas, that could be another angle for Atlanta. both teams are relatively healthy for the most part. I know that we're still monitoring Tunsil, the tackle for the Texans, so keep an eye on that. But yeah, no, this is two feel good stories so far. 2-2 in the division races. Who had that after 4 weeks with these two teams? They need to go to Heineke though, man. They got Ritter's terrible, but he has not lost a home game since like 2015, including college.
And you just jinxed him.
I know. Exactly. All right. So JMark and I on opposite sides. No weather because it's in that filthy dome, as Colby would say. Let's go to the next game in another dome. Here we go. Carolina 0-4. JMark pulling like hell for the Lions all of a sudden on Sunday because he's worried about his draft position. Lions are laying 10. 10. Coming off coming off back-to-back wins, beat the hell out of the Packers. No other way to put it. Dominated that game up 27-3. Carolina blew a 13-0 lead last week. They had the pick six against Kirk Cousins. Kind of like the other game. I feel like this is a buy low, sell high spot. I'm going to take Carolina. I've hold my notes here. I'm going to take the points. I think this is a one-possession game. I'm not ready to lay double digits with Jared Goff. I know Carolina's been bad, but these teams have professionals. Like they're going to play hard. I think they're going to be in the game. We saw last time that the Lions were getting way overhyped was the Seattle home game coming into that game, and they laid a fat egg. I know that game is pretty close, and Seattle's more of a quality team compared to Carolina, but I think it's a little bit of a flat effort. I'll take Carolina to cover this 10.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. I can't lay 10 with the Lions yet. I agree that they've looked very good. I was so out on the Lions, and now I have to admit that they got something going there. That defense is ferocious. Aiden Hutchinson playing his ass off, and everybody else just flying around on that defense, and the offense is getting it done. I mean, David Montgomery, no surprise that he is still a good runner. I thought the Bears should have kept him. They didn't. And it does, I do have to laugh because on the fantasy football show, Old Fashioned Football, I said David Montgomery is going to really impact Jahmyr Gibbs because everybody was so high on Gibbs. I said Montgomery's still the dude, and he's proven that. But you're right, this is just too many points. I think the Lions win the game, of course, but I don't think they win by 10. So I'm going to take the Panthers plus 10.
They have not been favored by 10 since 2012. To put it in perspective. JMark, let me ask you this. So the Lions are banged up. Armand St. Brown, you got Mosley, Joseph, Branch. You got a bunch of guys that were limited in practice. Do you think they may be on the more conservative side here and rest some of these guys with who they got on deck? The Lions got all of a sudden, they got a game flex into the late afternoon window with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who had that at the beginning of the year? Do you think they might play this game more conservative and save their playbook a little bit for these upcoming games at Tampa and at Baltimore?
They should, right? Because they're playing an inferior opponent. They're looking really good to try to take this division. So I think they should, whether they will or not. I mean, that doesn't fully feel like Dan Campbell's style, but I think they should.
Yeah, there's also something said about them being the favorite versus the dog. I can't lay this many points with Detroit. So we're on the same side here, holding our nose, taking those filthy Panthers. They need to get healthy on the defense. They played all right last week against Kirk Cousins, but they need to get more healthy, and they got to be able to protect Bryce Young so he can get the ball to Adam Thielen. We'll move along, but first we got to talk about Underdog Fantasy because it has a way to play alongside your favorite football team all season long. Underdog has introduced Scorchers. Go 5 for 5 and pick them and enjoy a spicy 100 times payout. From now until October 4th, Underdog is matching 100% of your first deposit to up to $500. $100,000 Sundays. Continue on Underdog Fantasy. 10 lucky players win $10,000 each. JMark, do you have a play that you like tonight? I kind of like B-Rob against the Bears. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't sure if I wanted to take all the rushing yards because I think he's at 64.5, but I think I already put a bet to have him as my first touchdown scorer. So I went higher than 11.85 fantasy points. I took DJ Moore higher than 6.5 targets because Fields loves targeting that guy. And then
Yeah.
one that Underdog offers that I've really been liking recently is yards after catch. So I took Terry McLaurin higher than 18.5 yards after the catch because the Bears are terrible at coverage. There always seems to be somebody wide open, and then they run for another 10 to 15 yards. And I think that guy's going to be Scary Terry. So I like all those three, combine them together. It's 6 times your money.
Well, there you have it. You get over there, bet Scary Terry, and the logic, the Bears are terrible, according to the number one Bears fan at JMark. Watch along, make your picks, and maybe get a little bit of cash over on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. And when you use the sign-up promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $500. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. All righty, we're back on the NFL Gambling Podcast. Almost said the college experience. That's the other show. This is talking National Football League, not college football. Here we go. Oh, AFC South flowchart game, as Kramer likes to say. Tennessee going to Indy. Indy getting points. Indy was favored at the beginning of the week, but now Tennessee is flipped. Tennessee has been a roller coaster, to say the least. They beat the they dropped a tough one to New Orleans, and they beat the Chargers. Then they got absolutely housed by the Browns, and they housed the Bengals. Compared to the Colts coming off an emotional overtime loss against the Rams in a game they were down 23-0. Signs of Jonathan Taylor practice today. Did you see that?
I did see that, and they asked him about it, and he said that was an off-season issue, and he's here, isn't he? So I think he suits up.
I think so too. So we may have Jonathan Taylor versus Derrick Henry one more time. Two of the better running backs in the National Football League. I love taking Vrabel as a dog. I think this is the time that the Colts have lost more than 5 times in a row to them. Vrabel's had their number. I think they get him this time. I'm taking the Colts here. I think the Colts have been the better football team consistently this so far through 4 weeks. I was impressed the way that they didn't quit last week. I thought Anthony Richardson was just a little rusty coming off the injury, but I like that dynamic offense. I think Steichen's doing a good job there. Obviously, they had the big win over Baltimore with Minshew. Then Richardson came back. I think they're able to move the football, and I think the Colts are the better football team. So I'll take the home team, and they're a home dog. I think everybody's overreacting too much to them beating a pathetic Cincinnati Bengal team. Give me the Colts.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with you to take the home dog. I wrote an article over on sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Go check that out. I'm going to have them each week, but trends to bet. And here's some trends from this game. The Titans are 2-8 against the spread in games before they play Baltimore, which they have next week. That's 1-8 if you focus on only on the road. They're also 4-11 against the spread on teams that don't pass the ball as often. Jonathan Taylor's back. They're going to run this ball with him and Anthony Richardson. Last week, Richardson only completed 11 passes, and they were still in that game until the overtime loss, of course. Then if you want to flip the trends to the Colts side, oddly enough, when they go against what's considered a solid defense, which the Titans are, they fit that statistical category. The Colts are 37-12 against this spread. They seem to thrive against these better defenses. So all those trends are pointing towards the Colts. Plus, I just love that they're home dogs, and I think this team's onto something. So give me the Colts.
Absolutely love it, and I think it's pretty simple. The Titans have been a different team away from Nashville. They've been tough at home, but yeah, great spot to back the Colts in a sell high spot for the Titans. I don't understand why they're laying 2.5 in Indy. Like they've been so up and down. I think this is an overreaction, like I said to last week.
I agree. The Bengals are still kind of being looked at by bettors as this powerhouse team, and until they sit Joe Burrow for a week or two to get that calf healthy, they're not going to be a powerhouse team, in my opinion.
Completely agree. All right, let's move along to this next filthy game. Oh, God. The pathetic-ass New York Giants are arguably the worst team in the NFL after that Monday night performance at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins coming off an absolute beatdown in Buffalo. Got humbled a little bit here back in South Beach. I hate laying this many points, though. Like,
yeah,
I kind of want to take the Giants. I'm going to take the Giants. I think the Giants backdoor lose by 10. I just like, I know it's a short week. I don't know how they keep up with Miami's speed, but I think if you want the Giants, I think you keep waiting because Miami is the extremely public side, by the way. Over 90% of the tickets and money are coming in on Miami. I think it keeps coming to Miami's way. Nobody is running to the window to bet on this pathetic Giants offensive line. And I know Daniel Jones has received a lot of criticism. He did play like shit, but that line's bad, man. That line is really bad. So I'll hold my nose on another one here and take a bigger dog. Giants lose by 10. A little bit of pride from Dayball.
There you go. No, I agree. This one is tough. It's hard to lay that many. This Giants defense isn't as bad as the Broncos. I can say that. And obviously the Dolphins killed the Broncos. So I think the Giants will be in it more. But if this Dolphins offense gets going, the Giants can't keep up. Maybe Barkley's back. He's questionable. So maybe Barkley is back, and that kind of gives them the lift to be able to stay in the game because he takes effect in the running and receiving game. But I don't know. This Giants team just looks lost. They look terrible. I don't know what happened to that team last year that was very feisty and staying in games. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. It's a lot of points. It's gross, but I can't help it. I can't trust this Giants team to do anything right now. Sorry, Kramer.
I don't think he cares that you're offending them. That's the nicest thing anybody said to him. Barkley limited participant in practice. Obviously, Andrew Thomas did not practice. Like I said, if you want the Giants, I think you can wait till Sunday to bet this one. Usually, I'm all about getting the better of the number before Sunday, but this one, if you like the Giants, hop in it now or wait till right before kickoff. See if you can get like a 13 or something because this thing might go to 13, 14 with the way the public narrative's fairly selling how bad the Giants are.
Agreed.
You know the Giants have Buffalo next too, right?
Ouch.
That shit's about to be 1-5. That season's over. Sorry, Kramer.
Maybe it's a Brian Dabble revenge game. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. They're going to need more than a revenge game. Yeah, they need Saquon. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Yep.
All righty. This one. 2 close your eyes specials. So New Orleans started as the dog to start the week, but now New England's the dog. It's flipped. A lot of it obviously has to do with the injuries on the Patriots side of the defense. The rookie, unfortunately, Gonzalez is out for an extended period of time, if not the whole season. And Judon, they lose Judon. How long is Judon out? He's out. He's out, I think, 2 months is what they said. Yeah, so Christian Gonzalez went. Yeah, he's done for the season, Gonzalez. Judon's going to be out for 2 months, so that may be the season for New England. New England's injury report is very, very full. You got Ramondre Stevenson on there. They went back and got J.C. Jackson from the Chargers. Classic Belichick, let somebody walk for a lot of money, get him back here in less than 12 months. And then the Saints. I mean, what was that last week? Derek Carr wasn't going to play all week, and then he plays, and then he's god-awful, and they get blown out by Tampa Bay. They're banged up on the defensive side of the football, too. Derek Carr's banged up. He was a limited participant. This one's simple for me. I'm going to take Bill Belichick over Allen. I think in a game where both teams need to have it, they're both going to be at their all-time lows. Belichick's coming off his worst loss in his career, a beat down to the Cowboys, bench Mac Jones. I'm taking the Patriots, man. They're at home, like they're gonna bounce back. I'm all over New England. I refuse to think that Belichick's gonna go 1-4 and lose to the Saints of all teams. Like, it's one thing to lose to like the Dolphins, the Eagles, the Cowboys. Those are really good teams. The Saints are an average team just like them. 2 evenly matched teams, 2 good defenses. I'll take Belichick to find a way to win on a field goal.
Yeah, we're seeing eye to eye on this one. I agree with you here. Patriots are going to win this game. The Saints thing is interesting, though. I heard several quarterbacks that are analysts now say, like, when you have the AC sprain, you can barely raise your arm.
Yeah.
How much does this organization hate Jameis Winston that they threw Derek Carr back out there anyways? They're like, you know what? He's much better. Let's just put him out there, even though he's got a broken wing, basically. I don't get that at all, especially when you're a team that this division isn't getting away from you yet. So you could still be competitive after losing that game. Why keep Carr in there? Makes no sense. But no, I agree with you. I think this is, you take the better coach. You take Bill Belichick, who got embarrassed last week and comes back at home, gets his guys right. We've seen over and over, like, it doesn't matter necessarily who's playing or isn't playing for the Patriots. Belichick can get high production out of guys with little name value, right? So I think I think this is a low scoring game. I think both teams, the defense kind of wins out on both sides, but yeah, give me the Patriots to get it done.
And the other thing with New England, they've been, since Brady left, so we're talking the new Patriots. They've been really good against the average teams and the bad teams. They just get their ass kicked by these elite teams like Buffalo and Miami and the other teams like that. And so this is 3 straight years now that Belichick has started 1-3 as well. In the month of October, he's basically cleaned house. I think in the 13 games in October, I need to get the exact. I think he's like 10-3 in October. So a bounce back month for the Patriots when the schedule gets a little bit softer. Takes him 4 games to learn his team. Hell, even when he had Brady, I felt like it always took him 4 games. There was a lot of years where New England started 2-2, and then they would go on the run. They don't have Brady, obviously, but I think Mac Jones bounces back too. Do you?
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
And we see, I feel like the Patriots always have the longest injury report every week.
He's fucking with them. Yeah.
Right. It's just how Belichick does. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Ramondre get 15 to 20 carries in this game and just kind of control the game that way on the ground.
Yeah. Yep. We're seeing eye to eye. That's lock potential, actually, to be honest, at the end. So stay tuned. We're almost there, but we saved the best for last here. We got Baltimore. 3-1, coming off the blowout win in Cleveland over the shorthanded Browns against sorry-ass Deshaun Watson that decided, oh, my shoulder hurts, I can't go today, coward. Taking on Mike Tomlin in a close your eyes special. I mean, this is the easiest play of the season. For me, at least. I know it's gross. I get it. But, I mean, you've seen the stats of Tomlin as a dog, like 17 or 22-5. Against the Ravens, every time they play, it was the last 5 meetings, a 2-point win, a 1-point win, a 3-point win. I think the Steelers are going to win outright. I think they're going to find a way. I don't care who's playing quarterback. I don't really think it's much of a drop off from Pickett to Trubinsky with the way Pickett's playing. Tomlin coming off an absolute beatdown in Texans and in Houston, got embarrassed all over the Steelers in a get up spot. And I don't think Baltimore's going in the first 5 games to Cincinnati to win, to Cleveland to win, and to Pittsburgh. I don't think they're going to sweep the AFC North on the road all within the first 5 games. Give me Pittsburgh. I'm all over it. And I know, and I'm assuming you are too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Tomlin, in the last 9 games, Tomlin is 8-1 against the spread when coming off of a loss. He's 82% as a home dog. 82%. Winning outright as a home dog. And people are going to go, well, Trubisky might be the quarterback, because even though Kenny Pickett says he's going to play, I don't think he is. Let's rewind to week 1 of last year when they were dogs against Cincinnati. Nobody thought they'd win with Trubisky. They pulled that game out. I think I'm with you. They pull this game out. This should probably go in our Moneyline round robin parlay.
100%.
Because I think Steelers win this game for sure. You got to just back Tomlin.
Yeah, I think it's the same handicap with Belichick. It's you're backing these top 5 coaches coming off a loss where they were embarrassed. Do you think this line closes at 3? I think you got to get the 4 now. I bet this one early in the week. When I saw 4.5, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it does get closer.
Yeah, I would be shocked unless if TJ Watt's out, but it sounds like TJ Watt's going to be hurt or not hurt. Cam Hayward is hurt, so that is a negative for the Steelers. But still, man, I mean, you got it. When in doubt, you got to back Mike Tomlin here. So we're both on the Steelers. I think we disagreed on the first 2, and then we were eye to eye on the last 5. Oh no, you had the Dolphins.
Yep,
but not
a
strong
nice mix in there.
Yeah, a little mix and match. So, all right, JMark, let's go to our lock dog tease, and then we'll give out our money line round robin that we've almost hit in the last couple weeks have been jobbed by a couple of these
So
teams.
close.
I'll let you lead it off, brother. Let's stay hot. Let's give out our locks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm locking up the Colts. I don't think there's any way they lose this game at home. I know it's dog money, but that's all right. I'm locking them anyways.
I like it. I'm not.
Did we lose Mac? He's frozen on my side. I don't know if he's frozen on your guys' side. Give it one more second here. Make sure it's not me. If you're in the chat, let me know if Mac is frozen because he's frozen for me. I'll move on to my dog while he's frozen, see if he comes back here. I'm going to do something a little different with my dog this time. I'm going to take the Colts, which are my lock, and the Texans together in a parlay. That's plus. There you are.
Am I back?
You're back. Okay.
There you go.
I lost you at the beginning of your lock. Who's your lock?
I was good. So I was gonna go. I was gonna go with Pittsburgh, but I'm saving for the dog. I'm gonna lock up New England. I'm gonna lock up Belichick. He's not going 1-4 at home. They're gonna get this thing done. I will be on the Patriots. Right now they're +1 if you want to lock that up, but I'll just take them on the money line -105.
It's interesting. We've obviously been doing this show together long enough because that's exactly where I thought you were going to go. I almost gave it out when you froze. I almost said, Matt's going to go Patriots.
No doubt. Where you go for your dog? Are we going with the same dog?
My dog's a parlay, so I don't think so. This is a little different, but I'm going to take Colts and Texans. It's +314, but I think they both get the job done. Just taking Texans or just taking Colts is too small for me. I had to bump it up a little bit.
I love it. I'm going Steelers +180. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of a small one. On the graphic, I may give out Patriots and Steelers parlayed, so I might take a little stab at those home teams as a dog price. But I'll take the Steelers. Tease wise, where are you going here?
We got to tease Lions down to 4 because they're going to win that game, just not by 10.
Yeah.
I like Dolphins, teasing them down too. Maybe that's a silly play, but that would put them at 5.5. I think they win by at least a touchdown. And then I like your Patriots lock. So let's take them up to 7. They're not losing that game by 7 points. If they lose, it's like by 3 or something. So give me Patriots +7.
I like it. I'll go. I'm going to go Texas +7.5. I think that's a tight game. I'm going to go Colts +8.5. Really like that one. And maybe the Dolphin. I hate being at like 5.5 though. Maybe I'll go. What about Giants +17.5? All you got to do is keep it within 17. Come on.
Ask how the Broncos. Ask them how that worked
out. I'm going to hope they got a little bit more pride. So +17.5 for me. Round robin. Oh, we're throwing the Steelers and Patriots in there, I assume.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So those were the two dogs that we agreed on the most. And the Colts?
I know we like the Colts. I don't know if there's anybody in the late window we like.
Do you like? I'm going to the. Do you like the Cardinals?
Are you throwing Bears in there?
I almost want to, but I don't want to root for it.
Right.
Do you like the Vikings? I don't think I like the Vikings this week.
Kirk's gonna lose that game.
I feel like everybody likes the Vikings. I want to say the Rams, but I feel like the Rams are at a sell high moment too. I think everybody's on them, and it's going to be an Eagle home game.
Cardinals or Colts? Which you like better?
I like the Colts better.
Colts?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
So we got Colts, Patriots, Steelers, Moneyline, 10-1. So a little bit of a smaller one, but hey, man, 10-1 is 10-1. So we'll take that all day. So you heard it right there. 10-1. We're on Indy Moneyline, New England Moneyline, and Pittsburgh money line. So go get it right now. Shop till you drop, baby. 10-1. That's going to be a winner. You'll be happier. You'll be happy. You'll be about 12 beers deep about 5 o'clock Eastern, ready for the late games, and you'll have a nice 10-1 winning ticket in your pocket. So, all right, JMark, we got what 4.5 hours till kickoff. Go Skins! Before we get out of here, let everybody know where to find you and where to tweet you during this game tonight.
Yeah, follow me on the X. Do you X people now? I don't know how it all works, but find me there at JMark Football. Join us for start sits tonight on at Old Fashioned FB. We'll be on YouTube doing our start sits. It's been a lot of fun with people jumping in, asking questions. So come ask your fantasy football questions and drink some whiskey with us. I'll probably be drinking another hot toddy while I get past this crap that I've got. So,
what time are you guys live again?
Well, last week we bumped it up to 5 Central. I don't know if we're gonna be 5 or 6, so just go subscribe on YouTube and set your alerts.
Then you know. I like it. Yeah, you gotta get on the same page with the wife. So you guys can find me at Moneyline_Mac. Got Big 12 picks over there tonight here in a couple hours, and then Colby and I got the Big East with basketball tonight, and then the Big 12 tomorrow. So get on over there, subscribe. I know Scott and Terrell will be back here in a couple hours to preview the late games. And, of course, Monday Night Football will be on Sunday. And JMark's got one more thing.
Yeah, if you're new to SGP and SGPN and all this stuff, Colby and Moneyline know their shit when it comes to basketball. So go check them out. They're very successful.
We're the only two drunk guys that'll stay up till midnight and pick every single college basketball game all season long. So, yeah, let's get over there and subscribe. Come on, man. Let's go. Bosses love it. Helps us out in the long run. So good luck, everybody, with your bets. Good luck tonight, my friend. And we'll be messaging and tweet us during the game. Go Skins and let it ride.
Bears.